God. Oh, hello. Welcome to Kickstarter Central. Here's my nice tidy games room, and what we've got here is the group pledge, a fourth of which I've already unpacked and boxed up. Zide from the group, Zide. Hello Zide. This is also Zide to pick up. There's about 3 different types of pledges in here that he's picking up and distributing for me. He's got 2 boxes of the latest one that's come. This is my copy of it, of Gùgōng, I think, the Forbidden City. It's a deluxe edition. So there is another, well, I'll show you. There's another 2 boxes like that, these bigger boxes. It's like a warehouse in here at the moment. I'm like a warehouseman. I started off as a warehouseman many years ago, and that's how I'm going to end up, as a warehouseman. All I used to do is sit in the alley outside and smoke and watch other people unload lorries, but that's when I was young, lazy and stupid. So each of these boxes come incredibly well packed, with 2 smaller boxes inside there, you can see there. And each of those boxes has got 4 in them. So it's 4 in there, 4 in there. So that's 8, 12, 16, whatever. Really should unpack these all to make sure they're all in here. So it's 4. So it's a couple that may have more in there, but anyway, I'll check that out later. So we've got 8. Yeah, it's 32. That's what it is. Yeah, it's 32. There was 4 boxes with 8 in. 4 times 8 is 32. My maths is on point. Okay, so you don't want to hear me adding up. I have to take all my socks off and shoes off so I can use my toes if I'm going to add up. But we don't want to do that. So what we want to do is have a look what's inside of this beautiful box. Beautiful. Don't look at that, because that came today as well, and you'll see that at a later date. So Gùgōng, the Forbidden City. So it started off this being the Forbidden City, and obviously someone had some sort of cultural awakening and awareness, and they've remarketed the game as this. Beautiful game, lots of buzz at the moment. That's real gold. I know for a fact they've melted down gold to make that lettering. There's a lot less gold in the world because of this game. So it's one fact I can tell you. But what we're going to do is have a look at what's inside. Now this is the deluxe version, not standard. We don't do standard, we do deluxe. So very quickly, people are confused as to how group buys work. It's just basically collective bargaining is what we do. So either some Kickstarters already come with a group pledge option, and what they basically do is allow you to buy multiple copies at a discount. But at the very least, what you should get is a discounted shipping cost, because it all comes to one place. So you only pay for shipping once for all the boxes, instead of everyone individually paying for shipping. Also, if you buy enough copies, if you speak to the publisher nicely and get into a conversation, many of them, which is what we've done on the group, Board Games Trade and Chats UK. I was going to say limited then. Make it sound like a business. What we do is we approach them, ask them nicely if they're interested in having a chat to us about it, and sometimes they're more than willing to basically, if you buy X amount of copies you'll get 5% off, if you buy another 20 copies of it you'll get 10% off, and so on and so forth. So we quite often get some very nice prices. So there's a lot of these that have been delivered to me, because God knows why. I've been stupid enough to actually lead up some of these. Now look at that. Look at that. That's nice, isn't it? Look at this. So this is a game by the publisher is it escapes me at the moment. It's on the side of the box somewhere. It's by Game Brewer. So Rudy at Game Brewer is the guy that I spoke to during the course of this. He was more than helpful, more than happy to do a group deal. Game Brewer, I think, is a Belgian company, but there was a lot of buzz about this when it came out, and it is a beautiful, beautiful game. they've got a couple of games brewers that have come out recently. At least this is the latest version of the game that they've brought out. But the artwork looks fantastic. So the artist is here, right? If you want to zoom in there, and the designer is there. So we've got a game here which has got deluxe bits in, which is the bit I think you're going to be interested in seeing. What's the difference between deluxe and standard? So that's the first thing I notice. That's a nice touch. I've not seen that before, where there's been printing on the inside of the box lid. Inserts, yes, I've seen printed inserts, but that's a nice touch there. And that's really nice art, isn't it? It's a nice thing to see when you open up the box. It's great. I like this this box lip. That's great. Probably the camera doesn't do it a huge amount of details. Huge amount of you can't get the colours basically. I don't think, but if you can, it's a very nice linen feel. The colours are very nice and bright and vibrant. You've got the purples against the yellow, which is always a nice contrast. With the games right in there. In the insert, you'll see a little thank you to everybody who's backed them, which is again a nice touch. A little secret thank you inside there. And then we've got in here, now I like this. Now this isn't good. I've not seen this very often, where everybody's colours and everything they need to play their colours has come in its own little tray. How good's that? Not bag, tray. That's fantastic. I've not seen that before. So you've got some little pictures of Chinese ships there. Great, little wooden. I don't know if again if the light's against us, if you can see the little meeples, all Chinese themed. Probably won't try and get one of those out. This colour you don't see very often. It's a lilac. It's not a pink. That's a lilac. Would you say it's a lilac, Fred? It's not pink, is it? No. It's not. So the way the games work once they get to me, and as you can see there've been a delivery today. Now, one of the things that happens if you do a good group pledge, you've got to be prepared to wait, because what the publishers don't want is the group pledges to come first before the retailers get their copies, because if you're buying multiple copies and they come in, they don't know that the people that have ordered via group pledge don't just flip them and basically flood the market with second-hand copies or copies that people are trying to leverage a little profit on, because if you're getting a discount, you sell it, every game is worth more than you've basically kickstarted it for. So what they don't want to do to keep the retailers on board is basically to allow the group pledges to come first and everybody to then flip them on eBay or whatever, or within the board game groups, and basically put the retailers off, because if their target market has already been flooded with the people that want to buy the game, you can understand why they do that. So a little bit of patience is necessary, although some of the fulfilment can be a bit frustrating in waiting, but I can understand why you would be made to wait if you're part of a group pledge. So what we've got here is a double-sided board. Okay, I don't know what, I'm not sure why it's double-sided. I'll have to read the rules. It looks like it's language independent, the board itself. So on the other side of the board, I'm not seeing a huge amount of difference. So I don't know why that would be. But anyway, there you have it. You've got a board, nice big board. It's a worker placement with a scoring tracks, or a number of scoring tracks around the outside. This looks like basically a reminder of what does what. But again, lovely made up board, very busy, looks like a lot's going on it, but if you break it down into its individual areas, it looks like it should be fairly easy to play through. Now, lots of people said how nice and how good it plays, so I'm looking forward to playing it myself. Look at that.
Very gold.
More gold.
Wow.
More gold. Is there any more gold left in the world? So, I think this is possibly a player marker. Possibly, first player marker. You're not going to get a lot of rules in these that I do. All I'm doing is basically opening stuff up and say, oh, that looks nice. Anyone can do that, which is why I'm doing it. These are good though. I like a nice chunky and different looking dice. So again, I think they've made the lettering look on the numbers quite nice to try and match the theme. The insert looks good to me. I like the way the insert is all comes together. And the board, these are the individual playing boards, have got this scalloping that's going on here, which is again quite different, quite nice. It looks very, very pleasant indeed. All the different, no, look at that. Not pink, lilac. Okay. So we've got lilac recognition going on here. I know my Pantone charts. That's a lilac. Off-white, grey, red, yellow, and blue. So what can we tell from that, Freya? What can we tell? It's a 5-player game. It's a 5-player game because it's five of those. See how clever I am? It's got it all going on now. I can do maths in my head, and I can count to 5. So they're going on there. Oops.
And you can say the colour of lilac.
Not pink, lilac. Okay. So, oh, look at this. That's where my attention's been drawn there. I have no idea what the hell this is. All I do know is it's very difficult to get out when you've got no fingernails. I've bitten them to the quick waiting for this Kickstarter to come, so I've got none to use to pull that out. Look at that. Look. A little golden piece there, which I wouldn't even begin to say what part that plays in the game. I've not played any playthroughs. I haven't seen any playthroughs of these yet. Mainly because I haven't gone looking for one. I will go looking for one now. We've got some green gems. Lovely. Little glass beads. Very nice indeed. And I do like the way this insert's put together. Look at that. Card sleeves. We're going to be sleeving some cards. Those cards will be sleeved there. And look how it all fits together. With a little lid on top to keep it all in place, which is fantastic. So, we've got these. Now, we're going to do our cardboard test. Look at the thickness of that. In fact, that cardboard's so thick, I'm going to do this. It makes a noise when you bang it on your teeth. What other piece of cardboard does that? Not many. But you can hear it. Tiles. I think it's a laminated cardboard. This is definitely my copy because it's now been in my mouth. It's a general rule, if it goes in your mouth, it doesn't go anywhere else. And vice versa. So that's been in my mouth, so that's mine now. Sarah from the group is very famous to say that if she licks it, it's hers. So for me, if I bite it, it's mine. So underneath here, it looks like there's something lurking. It's the rules. And to match the inside of the box lid, we've got the box. You can tell how dexterous I am. I'm making a right go of this, aren't I? So it lives in there somehow. So we've got box art again on the inside, which is beautiful. Now the box itself is quite impressive. It is a very rigid. There's no give in this box. It's almost as if it's made of bamboo. Almost. It's not. It's not made of bamboo. Don't laugh at me, Freya. I know what lilac is. Lilac, not pink. And I know what bamboo is. I'm a new modern man. I know these things. But that insert, I think, is a triumph. That's a delight. I like that very much indeed. So that goes back in there, like that. And we're going to have the rules out just to have a quick look through them. So these obviously aren't the English rules. Because I can't read them. So these I think are foreign rules. The English rules are obviously behind me. So they've put the foreign rules underneath. If I was to have a guess at that language, I would probably guess that it is, in fact, Portuguese.
Isn't that a flag?
Or Brazilian, which is Portuguese.
Yeah.
We weren't supposed to point that out for I wanted to impress people.
We're just going to thought this one's gotten that on it.
I was going to go on to say I'm fluent in Portuguese. Now you've done that, they've spoilt my little gag. I'm going to have to get a new camera woman if you pick this up. So the English rule book. We have a quick flick through there. Looks quite nice. I quite like the colours. It's quite pleasing on the eye. Lots of rules. And there's a solo variant. Now I know lots of people were very interested when we did kickstart this, whether there was a solo variant included, and there is, which is why some people actually bought it. You know, some people don't play games with other people; they play them on their own.
And then there's only one winner. I like the sound of that.
Yeah, I mean, but you're playing against the game, so that doesn't often match. So to finish off how the group pledges work, we then get a willing mule. So what I mean by that is that we get into a central place. At the moment, this one is here, and if again you pan around for it, I have a willing mule inside. Those 4 boxes are containing a number of different games, which he's going to mule to a number of different people within his sphere of influence. So that means where he lives, he's within reach of people that I am not in reach of because of where I live. And essentially the games pass up and down the country hand by hand between people of goodwill and of similar interests in the group. So most people kind of know each other. It's all based on trust, basically. And obviously me being the most trustworthy person in the world because of my many years of distinguished service and my trustworthy look and my happy disposition.
You can't say that one, can you?
Disposition. A lot of these have come to me. But there's no reason why any of you can't do one of these. If your name is well known enough, if you make the game, people will come. So basically, if you want to do one of these, then just let me know. I'll put you in the right group to allow you to do it, because we run it off group, mainly out of basically respect for the publishers and the retailers. So we can chat about things elsewhere, off camera as it were, while we're deciding whether we like the look of it or whether we want to kickstart it. And then it goes from there. So that's Gùgōng, which is obviously not how it's pronounced. I'm going to have to watch how it is pronounced by watching other people do a playthrough. That's how I'm pronouncing it, and it's how it's going to be pronounced in my
chicken Gùgōng
from now on. Yeah, chicken Gùgōng is what we're going to call it from now on. But it looks lovely. I'm very impressed with that. I'm particularly taken by the box. I should be more taken with the game, I know, but I'm a bit of a magpie. I like something that's shiny things. So I'm making a mess of putting this all back together, so I'm probably going to end this here now, just so that I can try and do this properly when the camera's not on me, because it makes me look a bit of an idiot. So all I've tried to do here is explain how group pledges work, give you a little insight as to what's in this particular game, which I know my particular little Kickstarter babies in this group will be very interested in, because I can see something they can't at the moment, which is their games, and I can see what's inside of it. So it gives them a little preview of what's inside of it. And basically this gives me a little bit of time alone with my daughter, because she's very busy with her boyfriend and I don't get to see her very often. And her boyfriend is one of my mules. It's like being a drugs overlord. I'm like a kingpin. I'm sending people up and down over county lines with all these games, and they do my bidding. So that's how that works. That's how it's worked for this. Hopefully that was interesting for you, and I wish you a very good evening. And I've got one more thing to say. Lilac. Good night.